Hi all, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another crafting tutorial. And this one today is called Superglue Sci-Fi Slam. Now this is a collaboration video with 5 other awesome channels. Little Giant Crafts will organize this entire thing. Racheal gets creative, she does some amazing videos as well. Avril Lasagna 21, be sure to check her out. Inch by Inch Art, great terrain and all other kinds of stuff. And another one who does not need any further introduction, TuckTuk's Trinkets and Terrain. Be sure to check out those channels, and there will be links in the description down below to see what they came up with for this tutorial. Now for this tutorial I am going to be making this little thing. It's an alien or Tyranid incubator which lights up. Now, the purpose of this challenge is we were going to make something out of those squeeze superglue bottles, or anything that is superglue related, and turn it into something. No, so mine turned out to be a Tyranid or alien incubator. And if you want to see what the other ones made, be sure to check out the description and check out the playlist. Go ahead, watch that. Alright, so without further ado, I would say follow me to the crafting table and let's do this! Come on! Welcome back my crafting friends for another tutorial. So these are the items I will be using in this build. Now I'm gonna begin by sawing this super glue container in half. Well, actually I'm gonna begin by cutting off the head first. Using my saw. I'm gonna saw it in half. Cutting straight to the plastic. I'm gonna peel it open so I can remove the super glue tube that is still inside, and then I'm using some clippers to cut it further in half. Now toss this away, you don't need it anymore if it's empty. Now it kind of has a rather cool look to it, these super glue containers. And I'm gonna cut the squeeze handles in half as well. Rather distinguished sci-fi look. Very cool. Has a lot of potential to use also for other builds. Now I have these tea lights for which I'm cutting off the plastic flame, and I'm going to use this to illuminate my incubator. It will go inside of the vitamin bottle. Like so, underneath. Okay, so I will be using a different bottle than the one I showed here, because I had me a few accidents. That's right, a few. So stick around to the end of the video to see what happened there. Now I'm gonna cut off another coffee lid, and this will be glued on top of the foam circle and on top of the door stopper that you see in the right hand corner of the screen. It will go on top of the vitamin bottle like so, with the door stopper on top of it and the coffee lid on top of that. Now next I'm gonna cut a toilet roll that will mask off the twist cap of the bottle. I measured this against the second part and cut this off as well, so I can go all around the bottleneck like so. Next, I take all my superglue bottle pieces and I'm going to remove the paper from them, which peels directly off, no worries. And take your Tyranid or alien model that you want to insert into the incubator. Now I'm going to clip off a piece of thin iron wire, which is about 15 centimeters long, simply using a scissor, but if you can use a clipper as well. Now I'm taking a poking tool and I'm going to poke a hole straight through the middle of my canister. Of my vitamin bottle. Just ram that thing through there. Like this. Now I'm gonna take my thin wire and I'm gonna wrap it around the neck of my Tyranid. Or whichever model you want to have in your incubator. Now I'm gonna slide it inside of the bottle, fiddling around so I can get the iron wire through the hole. And once I finally manage to get that done, I am folding the wire so my Tyranid does not drop out, and I would have to do this all over again. Some more coffee lids and I will use later. Now I'm matching again my foam circle, taking it, and I'm gonna poke a hole straight through the center of my foam circle as well, where I'm going to shove my iron wire through. Like this. Now it's just a matter of gluing them all together. So begin with the foam circle, glue on top of that my door stopper, which also locks in place my iron wire, and on top of that my coffee lid, and at the bottom I'm gluing my tea light inside of the bottle, and I'm taking my toilet rolls, which I will glue around the bottle neck, like so. And then I take all my super glue canister parts, and I'm start by gluing them all around my incubator at the bottom, getting that nice sci-fi incubator shape, like so. Now I'm also taking a piece of garden wire, gluing it on top and at the side, like this, just to represent some cables. I'm gonna start by, oops, down went my camera, start by gluing more of the super glue containers at the bottom, filling it all up. As you see, I've attached the garden wire, but you can attach more if you prefer. I mean, I just used one, but later I will attach some more cables. Now I'm going to use another coffee lid and the bottle top to create a vent of the incubator, just for some extra detail, like so. Next I measured the length of these rivets to the width of the bottle, and I cut a strip, and I'm going to glue this on top of the bottle as well, or the incubator. I'm using hot glue, but you can use super glue, but hot glue just works faster. Just try to be straight when you do this. I'm cutting it off at the precise length. And once that is all done, I start by priming everything except the incubator. But I'm painting this by hand, because if I use a spray bottle it would not be so good. Now once primed, it will look like this, and let it dry completely before proceeding. Painting time! So I go for my go-to and I stipple on brown paint. Once that is dry, stipple on metallic, lead belcher in this case. And I'm gonna paint the wire in a neon-like green, just to make it stand out. Now if you want to stipple on some rust, I am happy with the results so far, and I will definitely add rust later. Now here I'm gonna quickly cut out some hazard stripes, and I'm decided to attach some more cables with these plastic wires. So I super glued the hazard stripe on top of the canister, and here I start by fiddling in the cables, which I lock into place with some more super glue. Just adds a little bit more detail and color variation to the otherwise stale build. Now you can, as I said, you can add rust, which I forgot to do, but I will get around to doing that later. Alright, so let's get on to the blue. So I am not used to using this type of resin, as it melts through the plastic apparently, which I never had before, and I've used resin a lot. So I decided to add some nylock oxide to this to create a more special kind of color to the water, and I started pouring and mixing, and here we go. And I picked it up and buy resin. So blooper 2. Yeah, it's not over. So I finally mixed up a new batch of resin, poured it into my vitamin bottle, and stuffed in my Tyranid. Thinking, yes, this is gonna finally look cool once it's cleared. And I came back 20 minutes later when my bottle was very warm and shrunk to nearly half its size, and it was still melting and it was still very hot. Eventually the color all melted away from my Tyranid, and I had to put it outside. And you'd think I'd learn from this, right? But no, I did not. So this happened a second time, as I really wanted my Tyranid to float in water, resin, but unfortunately this type was not really good for that. So I decided then to the hell with it, and I'm simply gonna hang my Tyranid from its neck on an iron wire. And this is the final result of that, as you've all seen before. But eventually, and in the end, I am happy with this result, and it will look cool on my table. And then another special thanks again to these 5 YouTubers for making this project possible, and be sure to check out their video in the Superglue Sci-Fi Slam. Now, the special thanks are for Little Giant Crafts. Again, thanks for making this possible. Avril Lasagna 21, Racheal Gets Creative, TuckTuk Trinkets and Terrain, and Inch by Inch Art. So thank you all very much for watching, guys, and all your growing support and your patience.
I know I have not uploaded as much as I did before, and that is simply due to lack of time. It takes a long time to edit these videos, especially battle reports, and I have a certain limited time per week to dedicate to crafting and battling. See what I did there? But I will keep on making terrain, doing battle reports, and I will be focusing probably more on how to build cheap but awesome boards and scatter pieces, making cool stuff basically with cheap junk and trash, and turn those things into something cool that you can be proud of when setting it up on your table. Now, again, thank you all for the support, and I will see you on the next video. And again, thank you for my fellow crafters who helped making this video possible. Be sure to check out the playlist and check out their videos, alright? Bye for now, guys. Bye!